First visit on day 5 is Compact Products. This is going to be practically our start point of today. Obviously Earth Movers is where we finished off yesterday across the road. These two are right close together. So JCB Compact Products, and then we'll be heading towards JCB World Headquarters today, and then on to the 3 factories at JCB Uttoxeter, cabs, heavy products, and also world parts. So let's go for it. So day 5 is underway. We're walking through the town of Cheadle now, walking down through Cheadle onto the Oakham Road, past Les Oakses and the Grosvenor Hotel, and then we're going to head up towards Dimmingsdale, which that should be the only serious climb of today, is getting up Dimmingsdale. And then once we're up Dimmingsdale, it should be quite flat, and then we jump onto what used to be the old railway line at Denston. So it should be flat from then on in until we get to JCB World HQ, which is our first stop of the day in Roaster, and that's where we're going to have dinner. So let's see how we get on. So just walking past the Cecily Mills site at Cheadle. This used to be one of the JCB factories in Cheadle. There used to be an additional one here at Cecily Mills. It then got sold off to a council, and the council built houses on it. So that is where one of the JCB factories used to be. So we've just walked past Hales Hall Pool, and we're coming past Hales Hall Caravan Park on our left and Les Oakses on our right, which you can see there. Quite the infamous Les Oakses. One of the first things you see when you enter Cheadle via the Oakham Road is Les Oakses there. And then the Hales Hall Caravan Park on the left of me now. Also where the Grosvenor Hotel is. And then we'll carry on up the Oakham Road and then head across a couple of fields and up onto Dimmingsdale. So we've made it out of Cheadle now. We're just walking across this farm track heading towards Dimmingsdale itself. And I've had a bit of a change of footwear just because I know it's going to be a bit muddy down here and a little bit boggy in places, and we know how those other shoes went the other day with them getting very wet. It soaked straight through to my socks, and I had to change my socks as well. So we've gone back to our more waterproof walking boots, and we'll start heading towards Dimmingsdale. Weather-wise, it's very, very foggy, as you can see, but it's just starting to spit with rain. We've had no rain so far this morning, but it has just started to spit with rain, so hopefully we can get to Dimmingsdale where there's loads of tree coverage and stay a little bit dry. I have got the coat with me today just because I knew it was forecasted rain, but we shouldn't get too much rain today. It's not as bad as what we first predicted, and then I think tomorrow is going to be quite a nice sunny day for the end of it. So, but first of all, we need to get through today and get to Dimmingsdale, and then from there should be quite a nice steady walk down into Denston, and around the corner from Denston, in between Denston and Roaster, is of course JCB World Headquarters at Roaster there. So not too far to Dimmingsdale. Carry on down this farm track and I'll see you when we get there. So we've gone through the farmer's field heading towards Dimmingsdale. Lovely little brook bit over the road here, or over the track should I say. So it's pretty much a bit of a bridle way now until we get towards Dimmingsdale. There might be a little bit of a climb. I've never been this way before, so we'll see what we encounter. But lovely little stream there going down the side as you're walking down this bridleway. And then Dimmingsdale, I've walked down around Dimmingsdale, just never entered it from this way before, so we'll see what there is down here. I think in all the places that I've walked so far, this has got to be one of the nicest places. A little bit of a natural waterfall there, and then the forest is just absolutely amazing. So Dimmingsdale has always been renowned for a very, very beautiful scenery, and it isn't disappointing. Even if it is starting to spit with rain, it's still a very, very nice day to walk through. It is obviously muddy on the ground as well. It's a good job that we swapped our boots beforehand, but it is probably the nicest place that I've been on during this walk, and hopefully from now on in it should be quite flat as well, but we'll see as we approach the Ramblers Retreat at Dimmingsdale there, and then we'll be able to go on to what used to be the old Denstone railway track, which should of course be very flat indeed. So first of all, let's get to the Ramblers Retreat, and then we can see what's going on from then on. Well, into the more familiar territory now of Dimmingsdale to myself, and I've walked around this part many times before. It's very well pathed down here. Before it was a bit muddy in places, coming down through from that Oakermore Road and obviously from Cheadle Way. It was a little bit muddy in places through that farmer's field and obviously through the start of Dimmingsdale back there. But this side of Dimmingsdale is a lot better on the foot, and we can hopefully make a bit of progress, get to Dimmingsdale in the next sort of half an hour or so, if that even, and then on to Denstone. So weather-wise, rain has started to get a little bit worse, starting to pick up a little bit, getting a little bit heavier, but we are under a tree cover now in Dimmingsdale, so we're not really getting that wet at this moment in time. But maybe when we head more towards Denstone, where we're not in as much cover, we might have to just put our coat on, but we'll see how we go. We're roughly around about 5 miles in now of day number 5, so probably around about 10 left to go. So a third of the way, we can say, and shouldn't be too far now until we're sat at JCB World Headquarters, which is incidentally where I work. So I'll try and see if I can get in and sit at my desk and have my dinner right where I'll be sat next week when I'm back at work. So we'll see how we go. So we've just walked through Dimmingsdale. You can see there the Ramblers Retreat behind me, and we're walking on towards Denstone. We're going to be going down the old railway track that used to go through Denstone. So I've never been this way before, so we'll see what's down this way. So we're just walking down the old railway line now that goes into Denstone, and I can only assume this used to be the old station platform at Alton itself. So I'm pretty sure there's a converted house down here now that used to be called the station house, if not still called the station house, and this would have been the old station just outside of Alton Towers. Alton Towers is up the hill there, and this would have been the old station for Alton. So you can still see the platform there on the left, and of course you can see the station building upcoming with the canopy over the top of it as well. So it's nice to see it's still all intact and looked after. It's definitely worth preserving it, but again, very, very nice to see. And from under this bridge we should be heading around the corner and heading towards Denstone itself. So at this moment in time we're still heading towards Denstone. We're actually doing really, really good for time. It's only around 10 AM, is it? Yeah, about 9:45 now. So we're actually doing really, really good for time at the moment. And I didn't really expect to be at World HQ much before 12 o'clock really, when I did plan this originally, and obviously when I sat there and studying it last night. But we've actually managed to average a mile every sort of 18.5 minutes. So that's roughly around about 3.2 miles per hour, which at day 5 of the walk is actually pretty decent. Obviously with how flat it's been since we've got down through Dimmingsdale and obviously through the old railway here heading towards Denstone, that has obviously helped us to keep up that pace. But at this rate we'll probably be at JCB World HQ for around about 10:30 probably, so that'll be quite a nice little rest stop for us. We'll obviously get a photo there outside of the World HQ as well, and we'll go nip inside, see a few people that I work with and have a bite to eat before moving on, to which we'll walk up to the JCB Golf and Country Club entrance, and we'll be walking through the JCB Golf and Country Club. There is a marked footpath apparently through it, so we'll be heading out there, and then a couple more fields and I'll be into JCB Uttoxeter. So I'll see you soon. So we're just coming into Denstone itself now. That behind me there is the Denstone Lane Road over the top of a bridge there, and to the left of me is the back of the church at Denstone, and also the opposite side of a little bit of a road there is also the Denstone Farm Shop. So right in the heart of Denstone, this path will come out, and then we just need to walk along the side of the road a bit and get towards JCB World HQ. Getting into more familiar ground again now. I do spend a couple of dinners walking around Denstone from work, so roughly around about 15 minutes I'd say from now to JCB World HQ front entrance, so not too far away now, but yeah, definitely getting into more familiar ground. There is a church to the left there. So JCB World HQ, we're on our way. So here we are at JCB World Headquarters. The rain has just started to get a little bit more heavier now, but this will be our first stop of the day. We'll head inside, get dry for a little bit before, and hopefully this rain will pass over, and then we can grab a bite to eat as well, and we'll come out and take a photo as well. So JCB World Headquarters, we're here. Now time for some dinner. So we're just leaving JCB World HQ there, here in Roaster, and we're just going to go over the bridge now, the one that goes round the lake, and we're going to head towards the right, go up past the visitors centre of JCB and up towards the golf club. So that is going to be our next phase. We've just had some dinner at JCB World HQ, been sat at my office desk where I work having some dinner, and we're now heading towards JCB Golf Club, and it should be around about 5.2 5.4 miles until the end of today now, so roughly around about 2 hours of walking quite steadily, so maybe a little bit quicker than that. We'll have to see how we get on, but heading over the bridge now, and we'll be towards the JCB Golf Club, Golf and Country Club very, very soon. Just headed up the Hollington Road from JCB World HQ, and here is the JCB Golf and Country Club. This is where we're going to have to walk through, so let's head over to the security house and see if we're all okay to go through. So we're just walking through the JCB Club and Country Park, and it looks like these are lodges for everybody to stop in, the champions lodges and stuff like that, so probably very, very expensive. But we'll just head down here and see if this is the right way to get out. So we're currently on the JCB golf course, going through the alternative footpath which we've put in due to them building the golf course. We've obviously had to move it a little bit, but we couldn't get rid of it all the way, so we've obviously just had to redirect it. So we're just currently working through that. We're following these signs here. That's a alternative footpath route on them, and it's not really patched out in any way. It is just signposted every now and again, so it is quite easy to get lost, but we're just trying to find a way through. This should lead us out to the road like it used to do before the golf club was here, and then from there we can head across a couple more fields and we'll be at the JCB Uttoxeter Factories, which are the cabs factory, the World Parts factory and JCB Heavy Products. So shouldn't be too long now, and then we can have a well-earned rest, because that will be our finishing point of today at JCB Uttoxeter Factories. We'll get a photo in front of each one, and then we'll start tomorrow at JCB Uttoxeter and walk into our last point. It's our last day tomorrow, and it will be at JCB Fossen. So only a few more miles to go today before we can get home, rest up, and have one last push tomorrow to get to JCB Fossen. So first stop, let's get to cabs. So we're through Combridge Lane, just outside of Combridge itself, and past the golf course, and this is not a very well maintained footpath, but we need to get over it and get through the fields, and these will lead us to Stramshall, just outside of where the JCB Uttoxeter Factories are. So first we've got to make our way over these. So we're through the gate hole or the stile there that was completely covered with nettles and overhanging bushes and everything. We're through that, we've put the coat on, the coat has made an appearance again, and it is drizzling quite heavy, but nothing like heavy rain or anything like that, just heavy drizzle at this moment in time. So that's another reason the coat is on, but it was also there mainly to just stop us from getting any nettle stings as we went through that bit. Now we are just this moment hopping over a couple more stiles and through some more fields to try and get towards Stramshall. This is probably the longest bit on fields that we've done for quite a few days really. So fields are pretty damp, but they're not terribly wet or anything like that. Perhaps the runoff is quite good here for the rain, so we're making good progress. It's not holding us up too much, but hopefully we can get to Stramshall in the next sort of half an hour or so, and then from then on it should be roadways until we get to the JCB Uttoxeter Factories. So a couple more fields left to go, or quite a few fields should I say, and we should be in Stramshall. So we've just come out on the last farmer's field there, and now we're back onto road. This is Hook Lane. If you go down that way you can go down to Crake Marsh, but we're going to head this way. It should be pretty much all road now until we get to Stramshall, and then from Stramshall again on the road and straight to the JCB Uttoxeter Factories. So field bit done, now we hit the road and start heading towards Stramshall. So we're at Stramshall now, St Michael's Road at Stramshall, and this is St Michael's and All Angels Church in Stramshall. And the sun has made an appearance again now, so the coat is back off. We've got our NSPCC t-shirt on display again, and just a bit of road walking now before we get to the 3 JCB Uttoxeter Factories, and then that is the end point of today, the penultimate day. That is the end point, and that's where we'll start off tomorrow on the final day of this charity walk. So get ourselves through Stramshall now, just up here, and then we'll be there at the JCB Uttoxeter Factories and have a picture in front of each one of them before setting off tomorrow from there. So I'll see you in a bit. Just coming into Beamhurst now. There is the Beamhurst sign, and we're just coming into where the JCB factories are alongside of the A50. We're approaching the back of the factories. Their fronts are facing towards the A50, so we just need to walk around the front of each one, get a photo, and that will be the end of day number 5. So sit rep on current condition. My right hand leg is still the biggest issue. Right knee is hurting a lot at the moment. The knee brace is supporting that as much as it can. Shin splint's still there. Just wait for that wagon to go past. So shin splints are still there on the right leg as well, and a little bit of pain just below the toes on the right foot. Left hand side, bit of tension in the left calf muscle. So a little bit of tension on the left calf muscle, but the left foot is coping pretty well. A little bit of pain again just below the toes, potentially a spot where a blister's forming, but we need one more day. That's all we need, one more day and we are done. Here is the entranceway to the JCB factories. Cab systems, heavy products, world parts, all three of them are down here. So we've pretty much made it. I'll give you a little bit of an update when we get to the end. Here it is, the JCB cabs factory here at the side of the A50. The one of three factories. You can see another one down there, and then another one is past that. So we'll be visiting all three and getting a photo in front of all three. But that is day number 5 complete. Day number 6, the last day, will start here, or at World Park should I say, just down the road there. And we'll start from there and we'll head down to JCB Fossen. But that is day number 5, sorry, complete. One last day, one last push. I'll see you all tomorrow.